Fill the room with the juice. That's a lot of loot. That bit fire. Yeah, she kinda cute.
Middle school teacher who had a relationship with a middle schooler. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. In today's video, I wanted to do something a little bit different because let me just tell you, after I watched this show, I was literally screaming. I couldn't even believe how mind blown I was. So I wanted to come with a little review for you guys. Now, if you have not seen Who Killed Sara yet, and it is on Netflix if you haven't seen it. Now, if you have not seen it, this is not going to be the video for you. I am not going to be going from one episode to the next episode telling you what happens or what's going on. I'm just going to be talking about the points in the show that had me mind blown and different things that I think were really, really well done and highlighted nicely. So if you haven't seen it, go ahead and pause this video, come back after you're done watching it. If you have seen it, let's get all up into this show because child, I can't believe I was fooled episode after episode after episode. I just didn't think it was gonna be that way. It's kind of like a cross of Dynasty and The Elites. Now, if you haven't seen, is it even The Elites? I think it's called Elites. It's on Netflix. If you haven't seen that, I definitely want to recommend that show too. It is very good. Yes, it is in Spanish, but all you have to do is just change it to English if you are obviously not a Spanish speaker. So it is a great show. It's kind of like a mix of both of those shows together. Now, honestly, the first episode, I was not a fan. I even rated the episode like a 7, I think. I like wrote notes while I was watching it. And the reason being is just like me kind of confused. Like I was just like, okay, how does this even work? How does somebody go to prison for 18 years, but they know how to hack computers? Like, how are they knowing how to hack computers? Like, maybe I just don't have the knowledge of prison and jail and that atmosphere to understand how he gained that knowledge. However, obviously, I gave the show a chance, went over to the second episode, and I was shook. Rating went up to an 8, okay? But see, this is my thing about how this show was crafted. Caesar refused to tell Elisa, I don't know if I'm saying her name right, but Elisa, what happened to Sara 18 years ago, which I just felt like, first of all, why are you hiding it? Like, I feel like the whole premise of the show started right there. If he told her a little bit more, then she wouldn't have been fishing around, and then she definitely wouldn't have been all up in Alex's boxers, if you know what I'm saying. I don't know how to feel about their little relationship. Like, it was so toxic to me. I was like, this is one toxic relationship. But of course, Lord, you already know I have been in those toxic relationships. So I was kind of for it. But as the show progressed, I then became more in love with them and just their concept of how they came together. Now, when Kema, is it Kema or Crema? Oh, no, it's not Crema. Child, I'm hungry. It's Kema. So Kema and Lorenzo, they were looking for a surrogate in episode 2. Anywho, so episode 3, I immediately was like, okay, so this show's good. I literally wrote down 8.5, period, because this is when I thought I knew who Diana the Hutchess was. So that whole concept of the TV show, look, okay, so I'm over here in episode 3, just like, I know who Diana the Hutchess is. I know who it is. Child, at the end of the season, I was like, wow, okay, so I can't wait for season 2, and that is on period. Now, how is he gonna have sex with somebody that he shouldn't be having sex with? The second Alex and Elisa started having sex with each other and they started getting all up in that turmoil, you know what I thought about? I thought about the show Revenge. Now, if you haven't seen Revenge, let me just tell you right now, I just put you on. Period. That is one of the best shows that has ever like came across my eyeball. Revenge is probably one of my top 3 favorite shows. I hate that it's over. I wish it was continuous until the day I die. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I love that show. So if you haven't checked it out, definitely go watch that as well because baby, you about to have so much fun going down that rabbit hole. So once I saw that they're having sex or whatever, I just thought in my head like, so how is Alex gonna be pinning on this revenge with her at the end of this, right? Meaning I can't wait to see their relationship in season 2. I cannot wait to see how that flourishes because I just feel like it doesn't make sense. She has to betray her entire family for their relationship to work, which honestly, again, as we progress, we see why she needs to betray her family. Now, when I got into episode 4, I immediately was like, look, that damn personal assistant knows so much. I don't know what's going on with that personal assistant, but something is going on. Elroy, like his anxious personality, the way he just carried himself, like I was like, is this man okay? So I started gaining this love and compassion for him to where I was just like, baby, I understand what it's like to not like your mother. I understand not to have a close relationship with your mother. I am here for you. I am here for you, period. I know what it's like to come from a broken family, you know, whatever have you. So I'm over here just gaining all of this compassion for Elroy. And meanwhile, the end of the season, I'm over here like, wow. I really was loving somebody that just was on a whole nother level. In episode 5, you guys, I'm so sorry, but I have to highlight this scene right here because baby, this scene right here had me like, what? Okay, so when Alex was having sex with her on the stairs, you guys, okay, first of all, I immediately was just like, I did not ask for this, sir. Like, I was literally like, ooh, baby, like, I have been single too long for this scene to be popping up in my head. Like, I swear to God, I dreamed about it like a couple days after I had finished the show. I was dying because I woke up like, was that from the show? Elroy knows too damn much. I don't know what he knew, obviously, at this point in episode 5. I didn't know what was going on, but I was like, this man knows too much. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why. But then when I found out that, you know, he was molested and all of that was going on, I was just like, oh my gosh, like, I get it. Like, I understand, like, he's been kind of like influenced his whole entire life. Because let's be real, when you come from a broken family, like, it's just gonna change you. It's going to change you, especially if there's trauma attached to it. It's just, that's just how it's gonna be, and it takes a lot to get through it. So when you have somebody else come in like as that hero, I can only imagine this man probably feels like he can't go nowhere, he can't do nothing. Like, oh, my heart went out for him, for real, for real. Now let's hop into episode 6. Look, y'all, episode 6 had me so shook. I can't. My thing is just like, why are you having sex with your son's wife? How can you have sex with your son's wife and think that that is anywhere close to okay? And the fact that it was the second time, you guys, like, mind you, Sara long gone while this is happening, long gone. And this is the second time that you're doing this. How could you even do something like that? Like, I don't like go around diagnosing people, especially people who are characters, child. But when I tell you, you a whole narcissist. You are a whole narcissist to even think that that was remotely okay. I don't know what that man was thinking. I was actually screaming at the TV. I was screaming at the TV as if I was on the phone with this man. I was like, how dare you? Speaking of terrible things, in this episode, we find out that Elroy killed his mother. And I just felt like somebody really just took my opinion and then stomped on it. Like, I had this opinion and this love and this compassion for this character. And then I find out that he kills his mother. And I'm like, wait, what? And then I'm thinking, wait, we got to think about childhood neglect here. We got to think about, you know, what was going on. Were you cooing with your baby, or were you ignoring your baby when you were raising it in that infant stage? You know, what was going on? What was happening? So I started thinking about that. And I'm like, you know what? Mental illness at its finest, okay? Mental illness at its finest. However, his mind and his state of mind, it's not even the same. It's not even adult. It's not even morphed. It hasn't been nurtured. It hasn't been blessed, if you will. It just, child, I just felt bad because it was like, so does he remember that he killed his mom, or did he kill his mom and he just acts as if it was a freak accident? Because that's how I took it until we saw the scene where you can see that he killed his mom. And I'm over here like, oh my goodness, Lord, how is this happening? Who came up with this show? That's what I was thinking at that moment. Who came up with the show? Who wrote it? Because this is amazing. This is just crazy. I wasn't expecting anything like it whatsoever. Now, when everyone found out who Sara's baby was, which was obviously the father, oh my God. The thing is I thought that I wasn't expecting there to be so much SA in this show, but I feel like so much needed to be highlighted that was highlighted, and I got to put respect on their name for that, and that's on period. Now, episode 7, all I have to say is the guy that's working for the dad, Caesar, oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. I can't even remember his name, and I'm glad I don't. Okay, that's how disgusted I was with this episode, because it wasn't just a brothel, you know, it wasn't just sex workers. Like, this is abuse. Like, this is trauma. It reminded me of the movie I Am Still Here. If you guys have not seen this movie, seriously, you guys, I'm not kidding you. I bawled my eyes out the first time I saw this movie. It is a movie that I tell people to watch all the time. I want my children to watch it. I want my children's children to watch this movie. Not kidding you, because I feel like it is an extremely educational point. No matter how bad the actual scenes are in this movie, it is so amazing, and it is such an amazing story to see. So if you have not seen that movie, please go watch it. Like, seriously, it is definitely triggering, so just warning for you right there. But that is what this part reminded me of. It reminded me of that movie, and it reminded me of all the women and even boys that are going through the craziest sex trade, human trafficking situations that so many of us turn a blind eye on. It really blew my mind. I was just absolutely disgusted. In episode 8, when Sara finds the actual abuse pee, like when she actually finds the tape. Oh my goodness, Lord. I was like, oh my God, she found it. Like she found it and she watching it and I just couldn't believe it. And then when she got away, I was like, oh yeah, they definitely killed her. That's when I was like, okay, so it definitely was a murder, because at that point, I just didn't have that much information to understand why they wanted to kill her, other than her obviously being the mother of, you know, the wrong father, if you want to call it like that. Now, another thing about episode 8 was the dinner explosion, when they had their dinner and they all started fighting. When I tell you, I was crying. Like, I literally had tears in my eyes just because I felt so bad for them. I felt so bad for wanting their love from their family so much that they just can't be accepted because they're a gay couple. They could not get any sort of acceptance from their family whatsoever. And it was just heartbreaking to see somebody, not even somebody, but all of them with just so much money, so much happiness, so much abundance, yet you can't even give that to your own child that's begging for it. Baby, please, bye. Anyways, episode 9, when the mom started sticking her finger down Elroy's mouth when he was a child or when he was growing up in adolescence, baby, I was extremely excited that this was even something that triggered me, because at the end of the day, it is something that I am biased of, and a lot of people are. People always say that men are the ones out here looking for little girls, or they're the ones that are the P words and yada yada yada, but in reality, there are also grown women out here who literally are in love with children, like little boys. There's actually a story, I think it just happened a couple days ago. There was a middle school teacher who had a relationship with a middle schooler, and she's on leave right now in Texas, and I'm just like, wait, what? How come no one's really talking about that? And of course, it's because it's a woman. You know, if it was a man, it would be like, oh my gosh, this is awful, this is terrible, like how could this have happened? But when it's a woman, it's always kind of looked down, or not even looked down, but it's just not highlighted enough. And I definitely gotta give the mad respect to this TV show for showing that, because even me, throughout every little clip and their little breadcrumbs throughout the season, I was still kind of like, I mean, is she doing that? Like, what's going on here? Like, I was questioning it just because she's a female like me. But in reality, like, that doesn't mean anything. Like, it doesn't matter your gender. There are still people out there that literally prey on children, regardless of their situation, the trauma they've been through. And that right there was just something that, oh my gosh, my heart, my soul, my stomach, like, I couldn't believe it. And to think that she ended his life the way she ended his life, baby. Like I said, y'all, if y'all haven't seen this show, please go and watch it, because this is something crazy right here. Episode 10 was when I was left mind blown, upset, and just hurt. I was like, baby, I need episode 11. I need season 2. I need it. When Sarah's best friend was revealed as Diana of the Hutches or whatever, I was pissed. I ain't gonna lie. I was actually mad because I thought I was right. Like, I was not expecting her to be the person at all whatsoever. So I am dying to know more about that, especially the body that Alex found in the backyard. Seriously, if you have watched this TV show, please comment down below and tell me what that was, or what you think that was, because I don't really know. Like, I'm like, whose body is that? Like, what happened? How did she find that? What again, you hear my stuttering? I'm actually confused. I don't know. So if you guys know or have a premise of what you think it could be, please let me know down below. Other than that, you guys, I have gone through every single episode, and as of right now, we are left on that good old cliffhanger, just like Netflix be doing. We are on a cliffhanger. We don't know what's gonna happen next, and I cannot wait to see. So other than that, you guys, I hope you guys watch this show. If you do, definitely let me know, because we have to talk about what you think is gonna happen in season 2, because I am just itching for this season to come out. I think they said that season 2 is going to come out in May. I don't know if that's May of this year or May of next year. I'm assuming it's going to be next year. Either way, ooh, baby, let me know what y'all thought about this show, because I just couldn't believe how impactful it was and how jam-packed of just drama and just great content it was. For me, it was a 10 out of 10, baby. Can't wait for season 2. I love you so much. I'll see you all in my next video. If you're brand new here and you made it all the way to the end, I'd like to thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.
Pulling out the coupe in the lot, 12 for SWAT, busting all the bells out the box, hit a lick with the